Hi, in this video, we will discuss about method overloading in Java. So this is called compile time polymorphism. So the theory which we already discussed in our previous video. So exclusively we'll discuss about method overloading in this video. So if a class has multiple methods with the same name, but different parameters called method overloading. Okay. You have a class, inside the class, you have more than one method with the same name but different parameters is called method overloading. Method overloading increases the readability of the program. So you will not get confused with the methods when you look into that. So we'll easily understand what exactly the method is for. Okay. So different ways to overload a method. Okay. We cannot simply overload a method. There are some rules. So we'll see by chaining the number of parameters, by chaining the data type of parameters, sorry, changing, not chaining, by changing the number of parameters, by changing the data type of parameters, by changing the order of data types of parameters. These three ways you can achieve method overloading in Java. Okay, so we'll see one by one with one example. So let me go to Visual Studio Code. So here I created one class called method overloading demo1, MO demo1. And here we are going to discuss about by changing the number of parameters. Okay. So here I'll create one method called public void add. Simple method add. Inside this system dot out dot println, I'll say addition. Simply I'm printing addition. So I'll create one more method with the same name. Okay, with the same name. So here I'm just adding numbers. Okay, now I'll create main method public static void main string aux. Okay, I'll create object m is equals to demo1 and m dot add. Okay, so I created two methods with the same name, and I'm trying to access, means execute that method using the object. Okay, so now what happens? Right here, you are calling m dot add. I have two add methods, this one and this one. Now, which method it has to access? Which add? This add or this add? That is the problem. It will get confused that which add method I need to execute. So because of that, you will get error at compile time only. Okay, compile time only you'll get the error. So if it is any IDE, means Eclipse or IntelliJ IDEA, then the moment when you create like this, immediately it will throw an error. It will show error before you execute itself. That is one of the features of IDE. But here we are using text editor, right? So we are not using any IDE. We are using text editor, that is VS Code. So until you compile, you will not come to know what is the issue. Okay. So first we'll try to compile this and we'll understand what is the problem, then how we can resolve that. So let me clear this. Now, if I go here and I try to Java C MO demo1.java, you see that method add is already defined in class MO demo1, right? So this method is already defined. Why are you defining again? Right. So now I cannot do like this, but I want to do the same thing. How you can do that? Sorry, let me copy again. So now by changing the number of parameters, here how many parameters are there? Nothing. But here I can put some parameters. Int a comma int b. Okay. Now what I'm doing here, I'll just print these things. A plus, sorry, I will add and I'll print a plus b. Right. Here what is happening? This is add. This method name is also add. But where it is different, so differ from this this add to this add, the parameters. Right. By changing the number of parameters. Here 0 parameters, here 2 parameters. You might have 1 parameter here, 2 parameters here. You might have 3 parameters here, 2 parameters here. Until unless both are having same number of parameters and same order and same data type, you can do any, you can create how many methods with the same name you can do. But if both are same exact, then it will not allow. So if I try to execute this now, okay, it will compile simply, no problem. The reason is no issue. I can even execute also. You see addition. The reason is if you say add, so matching method is there. What this method it is matching, it will call. If you want to call this method, you need to do m dot add of 10 comma 20. Right. So how many parameters and which parameters it is expecting, we need to pass those. So if I try to execute now, you see that addition and 30, 10 plus 20, 30. Right. Both methods should not be same exactly. Okay, signature, we can say signature. So the signature should not match. Here public, wide, add, same thing. Then why you need 2 methods? If you want to print this one also, you can write here. Just because of this implementation, why to create the same method with the same name? Right. So this is how, by changing the number of parameters. You can put another one int a. So now if you can put 100, no problem. You can execute 1 parameter, 2 parameters. You can have multiple parameters more than, but if you say int c, okay, say int c 100 comma 200. This time also you'll get an error, both are same, right? This method is already defined in the class. I mentioned AC here, but AB here. People will get confused like that, but this is just a name. Whether you put A, B, C, whatever name you want, that is just a name, but we need to bother about, here we are passing 2 integers, here also we are passing 2 integers, then both are same, it will not allow. So right, so this is how, by changing the number of parameters, you can achieve the method overloading. Now I overloaded add method here with these 2 parameters. Okay, same method with different parameters. That is called method overloading. This is one way. The second one, second point. What is that? By changing the data type of parameters. By changing the data type of parameters. So let me create the same public void add. Okay. Here what I'm adding, int a comma int b. Sorry. What I'm doing, system dot out dot print ln a plus b. Okay, and I'll take the same thing, same name, sorry, same method, but what I'm saying here, changing the data type of parameters. So I'll change to string. Right, string. Here also A plus B. I'm concatenating these two strings. Now, public static void main string args. So I'll create MO demo2. M is equals to new MO demo2 M dot add. What is that I'm doing? 10 comma 20 M dot add. I need to pass two strings. Krishna, Sakinala. Okay. So now you'll not get any issue. The reason is previously we said both should not be the same. Here two parameters, here two parameters, that is an issue. But here, same name, same number of parameters, but the data type is different. Here I'm passing integers, here I'm passing strings. So because of this change, we can override a method. So add, right? If you try to execute this, no issues, it will execute. You see the 30, 10 plus 20, 30, Krishna Sakinala, it is up, concatenating and giving the result. So this is how you can achieve by changing the data type of parameters. Not only string, you can give string int string. But that we can see by changing the data type of parameters. Here I pass it integers, here I pass strings. Because of that, the number of parameters are same here also and here also. But the data type is different. Because of that, it will allow method overloading. Okay. And we'll talk about the third point. By changing the order of data types of parameters. Now, let me take everything instead of writing again. I'll modify according to that. So this is demo 3. Okay. Now the same add, but here string B. Here int E. Okay. So now what I'm doing? Same number of parameters, same type of, int A. This is string A, int B. Okay. So same name, same number of parameters, same type of parameters, but we changed order. Here integer the first parameter, but in this integer is second parameter. Here string is second parameter. Here the string is first parameter. So this order has changed. If the order did not change, then it is duplicate of this method. Right? It will not allow. So because of that, we can achieve the method overloading by changing the order of data types. Okay. So if I try to print 007, I'll say James Bond. So here also one parameter I need to pass 007, the string James Bond. So this will match with integer and string. So this it will execute. This one will match this method, it will execute. First parameter is string, second parameter is integer. Okay, we'll try to execute. You see that 7 James Bond 7, concatenating and giving. Okay, you can use concatenation between string and another data type. Okay, so here how we achieved method overloading, same method, same number of parameters, but the order is different. Order of data types of parameters by changing. Okay, this way also you can achieve method overloading. Okay, so if you go to the PPT, so we have seen all these three things by changing the number of parameters, changing the data type of parameters, changing the order of data types of parameters. Okay, so what could be the possible interview questions from here? What is method overloading in Java? How many ways we can achieve method overloading in Java? Okay, that's all in this video. Thank you.